Yikes! I had a face-off with a giant tiger shark for almost 4 minutes. So did I survive? Stick around to find out. Hey guys, aloha and welcome to Maui Napper. I don't think I'm going to tell you right now whether I survived or not. I think I'll just hold off till the end of the episode. I hope you guys can handle that. I was figuring on starting this channel with lighter stuff, but a friend of mine's like, you have to tell your shark story on YouTube. So why not start with a little scary stuff and see if you guys can survive okay. I've been getting into spearfishing for the past 1.5 years or so, and I've gotten pretty good at it, but I really enjoy being able to shop for my meals under the sea. It's a lot of fun and kind of delicious, and I like it. Sorry to any of you vegans. On this particular day, I was having pretty good success with a couple of fish called papio in the jack family. So I had just finished reloading my spear gun after shooting my second papio, and a movement caught my eye near the surface, something big, and I look up and maybe 20 feet away, here's this tiger shark coming right toward me. Of course, my brain is immediately into overdrive, and there's like a neuron overload as it works 1,000,000 miles an hour just immediately. And of course, the first thought is, yikes, a tiger shark! Yikes!
A tiger shark!
Yikes!
A tiger shark!
Now, of course, in any kind of dangerous situation, you don't want to panic or freak out, as that just complicates things. But especially with a shark around that's coming at you, you don't want to panic and thrash around and act like any kind of injured prey or anything like that. So I immediately was working on trying to calm myself down, to control my breathing, keep it slow and even, and I was doing a pretty good job. But it's not so easy in that kind of a circumstance, as you can imagine. So my guess is that it was cruising by in the vicinity and heard the shot from the spear gun or the fish struggling, and came by to investigate, hoping for a free meal, as they tend to do. One of my next thoughts, of course, was that I had just shot these 2 fish and I've got them dangling on this stringer on the butt of my spear gun, just like, here's dinner, come and get it. So obviously I didn't want to just, you know, hey, here's dinner. So I took these fish and I kind of clamped them to my chest so they were still, and maybe it would confuse the shark a little bit as to whether they were alive or dead or an accessory. I don't know what it might have thought, but I thought maybe it would help more than just like, you know, here's dinner, come and get it. No come and get it invitations. No, no, no. Anything's better than that, right? So let me just say that I was perfectly willing to give up my catch if I needed to. I wasn't going to stubbornly hold on to them at the risk of life and limb. But I did feel that as my mind was racing 1,000,000 miles an hour, I had felt that it wasn't necessarily a good idea either to give this shark positive reinforcement that anytime it hears a spear gun shot or hears a fish struggle or sees a person, that it associates that with food or a free meal. So that was one of my thoughts among many, many, many thoughts that were zooming through my head. So I had no intentions of shooting the shark, but I've got my spear gun at it, pointed at it the whole time, right from the get-go. Probably not even a conscious thought. But I took my finger off the trigger so I wouldn't accidentally shoot it. But there was a certain amount of comfort, I guess, in the fact that I've got this sharp pointy stick that I can poke at it with if it starts coming at me, as opposed to trying to push it away with my hands or feet or something like that. First line of protection, I guess. So that was a comfort. Yeah. So anyway, this shark is coming toward me and it passes right in front of me, right off the end of my spear gun. And I'm looking at this thing and just counting off 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot. This thing is 11 feet long. And you know, that's like almost 2 of me. Just gigantic and bigger around, and it's just all muscle and teeth. And it's a little bit unnerving. So yeah, yikes. So anyway, I did have my my GoPro camera mounted on my spear gun, and I turned it on fairly quick after I saw the shark, so I caught this whole thing on video. So grab your popcorn, place your bets, leave your comments as to whether or not you think I made it, and watch the video. Okay, so you guessed it, I hope. I did survive, so I can break that suspense now. I did survive, and I was able to keep my fish, which you know, really wasn't a concern. That was just a total non-issue. The survival part, kind of pleased about that. And I got to keep all my limbs. Nice bonus. I did want to take a moment to say that, you know, we're kind of programmed by movies and Shark Week, scare stories, all that stuff, that sharks are just out to get us, and that they're just lurking as soon as we put a toe into the water. And it's so programmed into us, we even think about it in lakes and freshwater streams and rivers and stuff, ponds. It's a weird thing, isn't it, how we get these things programmed into us. But you know, sharks, they're just another fish in the sea, a big one granted, with lots of pointy teeth and a lot of power, but they're just another fish in the sea, and it's their ocean. We're just visitors here. So, you know, they're not just everywhere, they're not just out to get us, they're just doing their thing. And it really pays to study up and to learn, you know, more about sharks and their behavior, and more about what we should do around sharks and how we should act and not act. And it's good for the safety of both us and for them. I'll leave a link at the end here, or even an icon you can push for Ocean Ramsey's One Ocean Diving. She and Juan Oliphant both are big shark advocates, and are big about conservation of sharks and also education about, you know, what sharks really are and how they're not the menacing denizens of the deep that are just out to get us all the time. They're doing their own thing, and if we're educated, then we can all live peaceably and not have encounters and fears like we tend to tumble into. So anyway, take a look at that, and feel free to get educated some more. I'll tell you what, it really paid off for me, because it gave me peace of mind when I was out there to have an idea of how to act, what to expect, because I'd done my homework in advance. Because I figured, as much as I'm in the ocean, eventually I'm going to see one and encounter one. So while I can't say that I was totally calm and unafraid, I can say I did have a lot more peace of mind than I think I would have had I not done so. So it's worth a look, worth educating yourself, and take a look at those links. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video and this episode. I hope it was educational and entertaining. Anyway, feel free to like or dislike if you wish, but definitely leave comments what you think about it, what you think about sharks, and especially if you've had any kind of encounters. I'd be really curious to see what your experiences have been. And so anyway, as always, if you haven't subscribed already, please press that subscribe button. Just press the heck out of it until it's, you know, finally pressed in, and don't break it though. And you know, click that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is uploaded. Again, thanks for joining us. Aloha, and we'll see you next time.